What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Twilight Saga. Now, if you have not read these books, maybe you've only seen the movies, or if you're like me and you've both read the books and watched the movies, but it's been a while since you've done so, this video is going to be perfect for you, because I'm going to explain the whole entire Twilight Saga in just 4 minutes. And yes, I said 4 minutes, so let's begin. Bella Swan is your typical awkward teenager who's always dressed in all black clothes. She has no friends, and her only hobbies are reading and daydreaming about a life that she wishes she could live. Bella moves from sunny Arizona to rainy Washington State so that she can live with her dad, Charlie, for the first time in her life. From the moment that she steps foot into the town of Forks, Bella immediately locks eyes with a mysterious boy named Edward Cullen. She didn't know it at the time, but he would soon become the center of her universe. And honestly, I think we all knew that this was gonna happen from the very beginning. Soon after meeting him, she learns that he and his entire family are vampires. However, unlike other vampires, they choose to live a life of vegetarianism. Instead of drinking human blood, they choose to drink animal blood instead. But don't worry, there's still plenty of action and excitement because Bella and Edward's relationship is far from a happy one. Throughout the book, they must try to stay away from each other because if Edward gives into his thirst for Bella's blood, then she will die. If you've seen the movie, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That iconic scene in the meadow where Bella says, "You're not real." Bella gets a little too close to death when James, a sadistic tracker vampire, becomes obsessed with hunting her down. With the help of the rest of the Cullen family, Bella and Edward are able to escape. And by the end of the book, James is no more. In the second book, New Moon, Bella becomes depressed after Edward leaves her, thinking that he's putting her in danger by staying with her. While she's moping around one day, she meets Jacob Black, a cute werewolf who also happens to be the son of her dad's best friend. Jacob develops feelings for Bella, and the two end up becoming best friends. Bella is then drawn to the dangerous world of werewolves, and she chooses to take part in it. Meanwhile, Edward is struggling with the thought of Bella being in danger, and he can't stand it any longer. He and his family move back to Forks, but not before Edward visits Bella's dream, warning her to stay away from him. Of course, Bella doesn't listen, and the two eventually get back together. However, now there's tension between Jacob and Edward, and towards the end of the book, Jacob imprints on Bella's little sister, Renesmee, which means that Jacob will never be able to love anyone else as long as he lives. The third book is called Eclipse, and it's all about the battle between Team Edward and Team Jacob. It's pretty obvious which team I'm on. Bella receives threatening letters from someone she doesn't know, and this person continues to stalk her throughout the story. Bella naturally thinks that this person is a vampire, but later finds out that it's actually just Victoria, a vengeful vampire who seeks revenge on Bella for the death of her mate, James, from the first book. Bella once again faces danger, but this time it's more serious than ever. Thankfully, Edward's brother Emmett is able to save her life. In the end, Victoria is killed, and Bella and Edward's relationship grows stronger than ever. Breaking Dawn is the fourth and final book. In this one, Bella and Edward finally decide to get married, and their wedding is attended by both werewolves and vampires. Bella gets pregnant and gives birth to a baby girl, Renesmee. Because Bella is a human and Edward is a vampire, Renesmee is half human and half vampire. This makes her special because she's the first half-vampire baby that's ever been born. Bella almost dies during childbirth, but Edward saves her life by turning her into a vampire. This makes Bella feel guilty because now she must quench her thirst for blood. Edward tells her that she can drink from him whenever she wants. A few years pass, and Renesmee is growing up fast. Soon she'll be attending high school and living a normal teenage life. Bella and Edward are worried about how other vampires might react to their daughter being half human, so they keep her hidden away in their home. Meanwhile, a group of Romanians arrive in town looking for Renesmee, who they believe is actually a child vampire who was stolen from them many years ago. These vampires are led by a woman named Irina, who is also a member of the Volturi, the most powerful vampire coven in the world. The Volturi come to the Cullens' house to confront them about Renesmee. They believe that the Cullens are planning to wage war on them, so they prepare for battle. However, Alice has a vision that shows the Volturi a memory of Renesmee as a baby. After seeing this, they realize that she's just a half-vampire and that the Cullens aren't planning to start a war, so they leave without causing any trouble. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Why did I spend 4 hours of my life reading or watching this ridiculous story? Well, that's a great question, and I think the answer to that is simply that humans are complicated creatures. We like things that make us feel things. And obviously, the author of this series knows how to do that. She created characters that, despite being fictional, somehow felt real. And even though the storyline was a bit ridiculous at times, I found myself caring about what happened to them. I guess that's why the series was so successful in the first place. It made us care about something that isn't real. Just like the Harry Potter series, I can tell you right now that if this series had never existed, we would have been fine. But because it does exist, we have spent countless hours reading and watching about vampires and werewolves falling in love with each other. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you got some value out of it. Now go ahead and leave a like. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.